So IShowSpeed might have just bought in China more than $100 million. How on earth has he done that? Well, let me explain, guys. I'll land. So across YouTube, Insta, and TikTok, bruv, Speed has like over 70 million followers. And I think it's probably closer to 100 million on all platforms. But for simplicity, I'm just going to say 70 million, yeah? And also, guys, we're doing another video on China. Chung Lee came from Hong Kong, went to Hong Kong, and I picked them up. So if you guys could give us both a like on the video, it'd be very much appreciated. Thank you. Do it now. Get it out of the way, my people. Cheers. If 0.1% of Speed's following were to go to China and spend, let's say $2,000 to keep it simple. Obviously, that includes the flight, and you're most likely to fly to China on a Chinese airline, because I'll show you guys actually. I was actually looking at flights to Miami, but the main city, Chongqing. Look at this. The prices started off mad, but look at it. The prices are still not that low, and that travel time is not the best. But look, I can get to China for around, let's say, £600. Okay, we've got under £600 going directly to Send, and it's not a direct flight. It's Shanghai. Let's say we're going to Shanghai. Okay, without the stopover, Shanghai is a lot more expensive. Okay, direct flights are obviously way more expensive, guys. But I looked on this like a couple months ago. I'm not sure if it's the time of year I've selected, the time. I haven't given it enough time. I'm not going to sit here and scan on Skyscanner all day. But to get to China, the best way is on a Chinese airline, of course. So no Western airlines are competing with Chinese airlines. And if you want to get to other destinations in Asia, the cheapest option, even though the layover time's not the best, the cheapest option always tends to be a stopover in China. And this is great timing for China, because recently, not just now, I'm finding articles on it now, but this is something I've seen months ago. Visa-free policies help bring foreign tourists back to China. China saw a big increase in inbound tourism last year. The number of foreign visitor entries totaled nearly 27 million, and revenue from international travelers is nearly 100 billion, up 95% and 77% respectively from 2023. The figures still lag behind pre-pandemic figures. And we need to remember as well, guys, like in the Western world, we are shown our perception of China is different to a lot of other parts of the world. There are 8 billion people on the planet, so people from other countries have been visiting China already. But one thing I do know is that they've given visa-free entry to a lot of countries. I know France has got it. Like majority of Europe has it. I think even Americans have it, but the UK doesn't have it. So we can't enter China visa-free technically. But what you can do is, if you are going to Asia and you want to go to China, on the way to Thailand, just take a Chinese airline and you can spend 240 hours in China visa-free, as long as you have a flight leaving to another country. You can't have a flight back to where you've come from. It has to be a flight to another destination. What you can do is fly to China, spend 10 days in China, fly to Thailand, spend 3 months in Thailand. And when you're coming back from Thailand and you stop off in China again, you can spend another 10 days in China. So hey, not too bad if you ask me. So let's say you spend £600 on a flight to China, and I'm in the UK, so I'm going to use pounds. $2,000 is around £1,500. But let's say for simplicity, we have £1,000 left to spend on hotels, to spend on taxis, to spend on activities there, and then we go back. If 0.1% of Speed's audience decided to do that, that would bring over 140 million US dollars to the Chinese economy. Because you guys know, if you live in the West, man, you've always attached negative connotations to China. It's never been good press, you know. It's always China's bad, China's this, China, you know what I mean? That's all you hear. But IShowSpeed is completely changing up the game here. And before I show you guys clips, yeah, you know, Speed's clips in China, because I've been tuning into the streams. When I catch him live in China, I'll watch for like an hour, and I don't really watch streamers like that. Because me, I'm somebody who's been to Hong Kong. I never went to China. I've always wanted to go to mainland China, and I've always known that I'm gonna do it in the near future. But after seeing Speed stream out there, it makes me want to go to mainland China right now, especially as a black person, even though we have seen, you know, has been incidents of racism out there.
I'm a nigger killer. I'm so sorry about that. But I love your girlfriend, because your girlfriend is white people. I love her. What? Yes, that's true. I'm so sorry about that, because
Wait. I don't think you understand what you're saying. Do you speak English?
Yes, I am racist.
What? What the f? Bro, hell no. What the f he saying?
You see, that's the type of racism where it's just like, why? You know? I know I'd have the exact same reaction that Speed had in that situation. I'd just be like, what? Like, Why? It's just why? Like, what? But apart from that, it's been overall positive. And even though with Speed, it's different because he's like the biggest streamer in the world. Apparently on the social media website in China, like the YouTube equivalent, China's version, he had nearly 2 million people watching him live. And if you watch his streams, you'll see no matter where he goes, everyone's following him. Like there's thousands of people tracking him down every second. Even when he was driving on the road, bro. I'll even show you guys that one.
I know who I haven't talked to in a long time.
Look at this.
Mom. Ever since I came to China. Thank you. Thank you. I want to see that car.
Like, it's all mad, bro. It's all mad. If you guys are enjoying this video, please be sure to give it a like. It costs nothing, takes no time, helps boost me up in the algorithm. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you. Cheers, please. Even before I saw this Speed video, quite a few black people have told me, yo, China's good, you should go there. Like, I've kind of developed a filter to Western media, but not like a lot of people who just, like, everything, even my auntie's like this. Like, everything on the news, everything, she's like, it's a lie. It's a lie. That's a lie. No, they do. It's like, you can't live like that. Like, it's not necessarily a lie. It's just through a filter. You know what I'm saying? You just need to think for yourself, innit? Like, and come to your own conclusion. Don't let the news and stuff shape how you think. Like, think for yourself. If it makes sense to you, it makes sense to you. And some of you might still be saying, how 140 million is crazy. I honestly think it's more than that. Because when I sit down and I think about, like, all of the places the most random places I've gone to, a lot of them have just been impulse, just like, why not? I want to go here, I want to go there. But in my trip around the States, when I went to Denver, Colorado, and I drove to San Diego, people were confused. Like, family were confused. They're like, why here? Like, why have you gone there? And with Denver, it's because I know they had I don't know if they have it now. I think Saudi Arabia has it, but they had the biggest airport in the world at one point. Like, in the world, Denver, Colorado had the biggest airport in the world. If you've been there, guys, you will know it's huge, bro. But the reason I went there wasn't just for the airport, it was because I watched Good Luck Charlie growing up. And if you watch Good Luck Charlie, it was set in Denver, Colorado. Why'd I go to San Diego? Well, because one of probably my favorite shows of all time, Drake and Josh, it was set in San Diego. Even though now I'm old enough to realize it was all filmed in freaking Hollywood. And Hollywood gave me depression seeing how bad it was. And I say that, guys, because Speed has a very young audience. I mean, and obviously your youth shapes who you are as an adult, what you experience in your childhood, what you experience in your teenage years. And to a young audience, even to an older audience, even to an older audience, you're going to be impressed. You're going to think, whoa, like China's got dancing robots. China's got cars that can drive in the water. China's got flying cars already. I mean, it's a drone, but you know what I mean? And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, but it's Chinese propaganda. It's this, that, bruv. People say the West is ahead. The West has all of these things in development, bro. In the West, don't you think if they had all of these capabilities already, that they would be wanting to show everybody? Because by them doing that brings up their stock price. So if they could, they would, in my opinion. Oh, but they can't show people because of privacy, bruh. Patents exist for a reason. I thought the problem with China is that China copies everything. I thought China was known for not honoring patent law and intellectual property laws. So that's not an excuse. Oh, the West has all of this already. Well, why aren't they showing you? Huh? They'd be showing everybody. They would have every incentive to show it off if they had these things ready. But they don't. That's the harsh truth. They don't. That's why they've had to ban Chinese cars. That's why they've had to do the Huawei ban that the UK did in 2020. I can understand it is a national security issue, but even IShowSpeed streams in China, he even said he experienced no lag. I can't find the clip exactly, but Speed literally says, yo, like, the internet here is the best I've seen in the world. And China is a very huge country with a lot of people. And believe me, guys, I'm not trying to be biased here. I don't hate the West. I love the West, but I understand that there's a trade-off. That's what a lot of people don't understand. Why China is in the position that it is in now is because it's a communist country. The reason a guy like Speed is able to exist is because of capitalism. Each one has its pros and cons. In communism, I mean, they say in China this isn't the case, but in communism, everything is owned by the people. The Chinese Communist Party of China, the People's Republic of China. Everything belongs to the people. This is all of us together doing this, you know? So everyone's supposed to be taken care of. In a capitalistic country, Western world, if you say, yo, I want to take a rocket to the moon. I want to go colonize Mars. You can do that. Even if it goes against most people's interests and what most people in that country want, because you've got the money, you can do that. In China, if it's not in the interests of everybody and the people and the country's best interest, then it's not happening. So before people go and like praise China, like, oh, China. Just remember, living there is a different story. There's a reason why so many Chinese people want to get their money out of China and into the West. And there's a reason why these Western conglomerates are not investing into China. They are, but they're not doing it as much as you'd expect them to if China's this growing great economy. Because you're not as free there. And the Chinese government acts in the interests of the people. And conglomerates whose only interest is to make as much profit as possible do not want that. But to a young, impressionable audience, okay, seeing things like this.
Let's go. What the Oh no! It's really dancing! It's really dancing! It's really dancing!
Like, come on. As a kid, I'd think, yo, this stuff is cool as hell. I don't remember. I mean, maybe it's because I'm older. I don't know how it is for the younger kids now with phones mainly and TikTok being their main form of entertainment. But when I was younger, I used to see, not very often, but I'd see an advert for a toy or something that would, you know, make me think, yo, that's so cool. Mum, please get it for me. No. But mum, please. No. You know, I mean, how many, the story of our lives. And then this. Like this, seeing this, you know, it just looks lit. It just looks lit. And remember, guys, as well, the reach that Speed has, all it takes is a younger person to speak to an older person in their family. For example, let's say you've got a teenager, 14-year-old in the family, and he talks to his 40-year-old auntie. And that auntie's always imagined going to China, but she just doesn't know what to expect, and she's just not done it, you know? But she thought about it 10 years ago. She's in a better financial position. I mean, I know that's not the case. I mean, I know everybody's probably in a worse financial position right now, but I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking. And he just randomly says, Auntie, I think China's cool. And then his auntie's like, oh, what? What makes you think about China? I was thinking to go there 10 years ago, you know, but I heard this and that and that. And then he just shows his auntie some clips from Speed Stream. That might make his auntie go, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to go to China. She goes to China. She posts pictures of herself in China on Facebook. All of her Facebook friends see it. They now want to go to China. And then it just spreads like that. Because you need to remember, guys, streamers, they are now like kind of trendsetters. Going to China, China's cool. That could become the new trend. And trends are long lasting. The impact it has mentally on people lasts longer than you think. Anyway, guys, I could be very, very wrong, but I don't think I am in this case. I think IShowSpeed, this live stream, he's still there as well. I think this, at least in a time frame of 15 to 20 years, at least, has brought in $100 million to China's economy. What do you guys think? Do you think I'm a complete idiot? I mean, if you think I am, tell me why. Tell me why I'm completely wrong. Even if you do agree with me, tell me why you agree with me. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, please be sure to give it a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Also, guys, I'm still going to post a video tomorrow, but tomorrow we've got a very special guest on the podcast. Well, I'm not going to release it tomorrow, but I'm recording it tomorrow. There's going to be a very special guest sitting there tomorrow. So yeah, we're getting things moving. Chung Lee, what do you have to say about this? Chung Lee says that Speed's doing great to make mainland China look good. But Chung Lee says that they're happier in the UK right now. Okay, Chung Lee, don't worry. You ain't going nowhere, my brother. Sorry, misgendered you. My them, they, them.